Hello, hi, and howdy. This is Robert, your humble messenger of the law of one. Robert, your humble messenger of the law of one. I want to give you some quotes from LL Research, Conscious Channeling, Thursday meeting, June 13th, 1974. I am aware of another question at this time. I am aware that this instrument wishes to know why the meditation group has become smaller. Watch out. Do not be naive. There are cycles in all things. You have sent out one harvest, and this harvest is beginning to give its services to others. In time, there will be another season, and you will prepare for the further harvest. Meanwhile, that service which you perform is simply to abide in your understanding and to leave the door open for such meditations. In a further question answer session, Carla says, "You're not going to believe this. All I see is a frog. I can't possibly channel a frog. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can follow it, okay?" I am sorry for the levity, my friends. Consider the state of a simple frog. This frog is suddenly one day thrust into the wet wonderland which is his home. He is almost transparent when he moves with many others of his kind and evades many enemies. Gradually, he attains shape, color, discovers that he can make sound, and that he can take life and give it. He discovers that his consciousness is flooded with many thousands of images daily, that he has great power in his hands, and that he has a fate which he must follow. One day the frog is no more, for its body is no longer inhabited, and it sinks back into the bottom of the pond from which it originated. This frog is a very important person to himself. His awareness is very central, and that which he loves and that which he dislikes are very real to him. But, my friends, we who are of the type of entity which is human are aware that a frog is a frog. Who is right, my friends? We would like to point out the frog is correct, that you are correct, and that both of you are incorrect. For the nature of both is consciousness. Consciousness which comes from one source and which is going ultimately to its own source. There is no beginning and no end. There is only unity, the freedom of free will, and the joy of reunion. Any other option of self or meaning of consciousness is quite real, but is unreal. There is always much you may do to be of service. There are always lessons to learn. There is a reality to illusion, but my friends, remember the frog. You are a prince to yourself, and your right and your wrong are extremely important. And that which you love and that which you dislike are very real to you. But you are only a human, and there is much hope. Allow your consciousness to rise into the light which created you, and ultimately the questions will be answered for you. We'll know that you are where you are and who you are, and that all is well. You may, if you like, compare this self aware existence with a knitted garment.
Each stitch is interconnected with each other stitch. As it comes off the needles, it is held safely in place. My friends, the attempt to analyze one's life by means of external and intellectual concepts is much like removing one's stitches from the needles. It is very easy for them to get misplaced or temporarily lost, and it may take some time for these stitches to be properly discovered again and put back into pattern. Therefore, it is much better to do without this intellectual picking. It is much better to simply accept one's existence and realize at all times who one is and what one is seeking. If one can do this, it matters not whether one is sick or well, or whether one is rich or poor, for these things are minor details having little to do with the purpose for which your life has been dedicated. The seeking which led you to this meeting also leads you to each item of information which you obtain. My friends, if your seeking is not ready to absorb this information, then you will not demonstrate this information, and you will therefore not have this information. It will not be your information. That which is not seen through you is not within you. There is indeed the possibility of what this channel sometimes calls cosmic ingest, cosmic indigestion. However, this is not the fault of the information or the fault of the entity who is not completely ready to demonstrate this information. It is simply a slight mismatching of information, and it makes no difference to the seeking. The true difficulty which you experienced was due to your intellectual efforts to analyze and to predict items which were beyond your intellectual ability. There are many things which one may think, and man is a creator. Man creates many, many thoughts, and my friends, he lives with these thoughts. These thoughts are his thoughts. He does not create them to fly away. He creates them to surround him, and they surround him more and more as he thinks upon the same thoughts. If you wish to have a certain thought about you, then think it, my friends. If the thought which you are entertaining is not full of faith, hope, charity, love, and concern for the spiritual welfare of your fellow man, then you may put those thoughts aside and you will not be responsible for their generation. If you could be in the dimension which immediately follows yours along the scales of planes, you would see your thoughts, my friends. You would see your emotions. You would discover for yourself how very undesirable it is to surround yourself with those things which cause fear, sickness, pain, and lack. My friends, you would see the great strides that can be made by the constant generation of thoughts of the Creator. The intellect cannot understand these matters, and for this reason, we had you meditate to make you more conscious of the Creator's thoughts. We can only approximate with words what we are attempting to tell you, and that is that your difficulties are due to your own ability to create by intellectual thought that which you feel that you desire intellectually, but in truth certainly do not desire. Concentrate upon your desires, my friends. Do not be afraid of any information, but only know who you are and what you desire. We send you our love and our light, for we are one with you. We send you all of the creation, for we are one with the creation. We send you great beauty, galaxies of bursting stars. We send you many thoughts and many dreams and great ecstasy. All of these things are in the creation of the Father, and they are yours, my friends. We hope that we have been able to be of service. We urge you to lift up your heart, for there is much to rejoice concerning. I am desirous at this time of speaking for a time with each of you, if you will avail yourself to my contact. I am Hatan. I am now with this instrument. My friend, I would like to say the instrument has confused himself through attempts to analyze. My friends, I wish only at this time to exercise the new instruments. This is a common method or technique with new instruments. We send our thoughts on a rather basic level. The instruments should not concern themselves at first with the message they are receiving. No amount of analyzing by an instrument will make his message any more meaningful or profound, my friends. Merely relax and avail yourself to our contact. We will do the rest, my friends. It is not really a complicated thing receiving our thoughts. Our thoughts come quite easily to some people on your planet who have never before consciously thought of our contact. This ease owes to their ability to totally relax their body and mind, thus becoming very receptive and merely repeating what they see and what they hear in their mind. I will now attempt to make contact with the instrument known as I am Hatan.
Want to train your brain to make more money?
Brainidos presents 12 Genuine Signs of Intelligence. Have you ever encountered someone who really wanted everyone to think they were smart? And whether they were using big words or just flaunting their nerdy hobby, it was quite obvious that they weren't as bright as they tried to appear. While smart individuals are more likely to believe that they aren't particularly smart, less intelligent people are prone to overestimate their competence. Intelligence is indeed something that a lot of people wish they had, and many others attempt to fake. However, there are certain things in life you simply cannot fake, and genuine intelligence is one of them. In fact, there are several indicators that have been scientifically linked to higher levels of intelligence. Here are 12 of them. Number 1, insatiable curiosity. You might think that pretending to know everything is impressive and makes you look smart. However, it's the ones who admit they don't know everything who are the brightest. It's not just because it displays humility, it's also because it shows their interest in learning new things. Truly intelligent people ask insightful questions and spend hours researching new and exciting topics. As a result, they continue to learn throughout their lives. Number 2, open-mindedness. Too many people take pride in what they believe, and they often associate their sense of self with their rigid point of view. Intelligent people tend to be more objective because they look at a situation from different perspectives and make an effort to really understand it before making a judgment. While this doesn't mean they are gullible or easily swayed to change their views, they definitely aren't afraid of exploring new concepts and ideas. Number 3, being the silent type. There are many misconceptions about quiet people, like being antisocial, socially awkward, or weird. This isn't necessarily true though. They may not be the life of the party, but that's because they are taking the time to assess the situation and find someone worth talking to. And if they're already in a group conversation, intelligent people prefer to think about their responses before saying them out loud. They also find silence better than engaging in pointless small talk. Number 4, high adaptability. Life isn't always going to be easy. Some complain about that, and they might even throw a tantrum because adjusting is too much work. Intelligent people, on the other hand, feel more capable of taking on twists and challenges. Adaptability is actually a key component of intelligence. It refers to the ability to adapt to new situations or circumstances. This trait is also linked to resilience, or the ability to bounce back from adversity. Intelligent individuals aren't afraid of uncertainty and are prepared to face whatever comes their way. Even when things don't go as planned, they bounce back fast and are eager to try again. Number 5, strong self-control. When hurt, rejected, or dismissed, many people might resort to yelling. Truly intelligent people are different. They don't allow emotions to get the better of them and can therefore avoid rash decisions. They're more the type who think rationally and weigh the pros and cons of a situation. You won't find them throwing things and whatnot. Number 6, ability to acknowledge faults. Those with an ego will never admit a fault or a shortcoming because they feel it makes them inferior. In contrast, intelligent people do not tie their self-worth to their ego, so they have an easier time accepting mistakes and moving on. Being honest with yourself and others is an admirable trait, and it displays high intelligence. Number 7, a knack for wit. Studies have shown that humor and intelligence are correlated. In fact, comedians in particular score higher on IQ tests. That's because humor involves not only processing information, it takes finding the odd angle and perfect timing, as well as higher verbal intelligence. This unique ability and presence of mind allows one to convert even the most inconsequential circumstances and things into something you can burst out laughing at. Number 8, high creativity. Innovative ideas and creative solutions are basically everyday practices for the highly intelligent. Creativity is actually one of the highest forms of intelligence because it requires thinking outside the box. Since intelligent people are able to see things from different perspectives, they excel at problem solving. They're also great at turning visions into reality, which takes incredible know-how and good observation skills, in addition to a curious and creative mind. Number 9, strong self-identity. Intelligent people have the wonderful gift of self-awareness. This means they are tapped into their psyche and know their likes and dislikes, goals and ambitions, strengths and weaknesses, and their values. This doesn't mean they think they're perfect. Quite the opposite. They accept their insecurities instead of pretending they aren't there. However, their sense of self doesn't falter just because they have weaknesses. Intelligent people work on their weaknesses while developing their strengths. Number 10, ability to maintain a variety of interests. Intelligent people don't limit themselves to doing one thing. They tend to have several projects they're working on. They might work a full-time job while growing a side hustle, learning a foreign language, taking music lessons, or finishing all their wooden furniture. While many people like staying busy, these folks prefer to spend their time doing things that help them improve in some way. Number 11, preference for solitude. Intelligent people need their time to recharge away from the world. This doesn't mean they hate people. It just means they like the space to reflect, brainstorm, and study past experiences to plan their next move. They understand that the more time they spend socializing, the less time they have for themselves and their ambitions. Of course, they do have friends and family they treasure, but they also need that alone time. Number 12, sensitivity to other people's feelings. Intelligence isn't only determined by a high IQ. Emotional intelligence is just as important. It plays a significant role in the achievement of success, the quality of relationships, and overall happiness. A well-developed EQ enables you to better deal with stress and to understand others and where they're coming from. Being sensitive to the feelings and emotions of people around you also allows you to respond in a way that is appropriate to their needs. Empathy is in fact one of the most prominent elements of emotional intelligence. In essence, there are many aspects to human intelligence, but there are certain characteristics and behavioral patterns that can be recognized in highly intelligent individuals. Which of these traits do you identify with the most? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.